Dalton and Jordon, the brother mate duo from Team Lifeline. Thank you so much for sitting here with us today. Which one of you's the oldest?
I am.
Dalton, you're the oldest.
I am. I'm
So which one
24.
of you's the better fisherman?
Oh, I
I'm
am.
yeah, I'll
course
give
he-
it to him. I'll give it to him.
Oh, not even
He's the better
fighting.
hunter. He's got the hunting on.
Yeah.
He's got it down, but I'm the better fisherman.
Okay, cool. Well, I love that you just own that. That's great. I love it. So you guys have had a heck of a season this year. I had the pleasure of sitting down with Blake a few weeks ago and talking about how the dynamic on Lifeline is just something that fits really well.
Yeah.
It's been a pleasure to sit here and watch you guys just take this season by storm. Can I hear in your words, let's start with you, Dalton. Can I hear in your words what the changes have been like this year aboard Team Lifeline?
Man, our captain and crew are second to none, in my opinion. I speak very highly of them. I always will. Blake has turned our program around, and we could not be more thankful for him at all. It is night and day. It is so much fun to watch, too.
That's cool. Jordon, do you want to add on to that?
Oh, I mean Blake and the guys, they're just unbelievable. It's cool to see all them work. I mean, it's I sit up there right next to him and I help him run the sonar a little bit. So he's been training me up this year.
Nice.
So just listen to how he coaches everybody, crew, anglers, everybody is pretty unbelievable. It's really professional.
That's cool. Can you expand on that? Like what are some things that really stick out to you?
Well, he's tracking the fish on the sonar. He's talking back to the mates, telling them, get the dredges up, throw the pitches out while he's driving. I mean, it's just a lot of stuff going on at one time, and he's one of the calmest people I've ever seen too. Like in
Yeah.
hectic situations, it's just he stays exactly the same level all the time.
The best way that I've seen, like I've known to describe it to somebody that doesn't know anything about it, for me, it's like watching Tom Brady do things before anybody knew who Tom Brady was. That's the closest thing I can relate it to.
Well, that's a heck of a compliment.
Yeah,
That's really cool.
He's the dude. He's that guy.
Yeah. That's awesome. Jordon, you touched on how he's giving the mates instructions, bring the dredge in, right side, driving the boat while still tracking on the sonar. I was talking to Cricket the other day and he was telling me about the new sonar and all the challenges that he's been facing with that. And what a lot of people don't realize is that you have to keep tracking that fish. You're adjusting the tilt, you're doing all sorts of things. What are some of the features that Blake's been walking you through on driving the sonar while y'all are fishing, Jordon?
So the past, I would say, the whole year I always sit right next to him and learn as much as I can. But probably
That's the way to do it.
definitely the last tournament, I probably ran it, I would say 70% of the trip.
Dang.
And I've learned a lot. He calls me the assistant sonar specialist.
Oh,
But,
we
got
need
a
to
little
get you a
name there.
hat.
But I gotta throw that / angler in, so I can't give up my time in the chair. But a couple cool little stories we had. I think in Grand Championship, I marked 2 fish. We drove over there to them, dropped a bait on them, and then I went down and got in the chair and caught the fish. So that was really cool.
Come on.
Yeah, that was cool.
That's cool. That's really cool.
Going back to your question about the sonar, it is it looks easy watching him do it, but it's not that easy. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that he just little stuff that you wouldn't necessarily think of that he's taught me that it just changes everything running that thing.
Do you want to share with us?
I can't do that. Now, Blake, I'll leave that up to Blake. Now, if he wants to share anything, he can, but.
All right, yeah, the sonar secrets, it's a real thing these days, you guys. That's awesome. All right, so let's talk about the dynamic on the boat as a whole. You've got a great team leader this year. Captain Blake has really done wonders, but you guys are a family fishing team. There's a lot that can be said about fishing with your family when you have roles that everybody respects and personalities that mesh so well together. Can you expand on that a little bit for me? Like what that's like? Like what's y'all's day-to-day look like on the boat, and how do y'all share the roles and responsibilities that help keep the team afloat?
Well, I know for one thing, being family oriented, it definitely helps because you're on a 60-foot boat with people in very tight spaces for 3 days. So, I mean, it helps to kind of be used to them and know like how they're going to act. Because I mean, if everything's not going well, you can get a little temperament. I mean, it gets tight out there for 3 days.
I don't
So,
think a lot of people understand that. Like
yeah, it's
that's
it's a big part of it.
hard.
Yeah.
And it's not like y'all are getting full night restful sleep either.
No,
Oh,
I mean, especially like the crew. Like I don't see how those guys do it too, and just getting so close to them and becoming family with them, it only makes us a better team.
Jordan, you want to expand on it?
oh yeah, fishing as a family is it's awesome. Kind of what Dalton was saying too, but another thing I guess would probably be more of correcting people. If you're with somebody you don't really know, and for instance, Dino, if he's got anything to say, he can say it to us, and nobody's gonna get
Yeah,
hurt. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
everybody they're gonna take it and keep on going. So I think that aspect of it helps a lot too, because everybody knows. I mean, if you're doing right, you're doing right. If you're doing wrong, you're doing wrong.
Yeah. For sure. Yeah, I always said that one of the reasons why my husband and I made such a good fishing team, and one of the reasons why we were able to be abroad on a boat for so long together, was because we could, when it was time to yell, you could,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
exactly.
not in front of anyone else, but
Yeah.
tension gets high out there. It can be really hard. And if something goes down,
Mhm.
if something breaks down, you need to be able to rely on everyone around you. Being a part of a fishing team, there's a lot of moving parts. And if one person isn't doing their job, everybody else has to take up the slack, and that can be really, really challenging. So I just think it's been so fun watching you guys. What are the names of your non-family team members, and what are their roles on the boat?
Well, they're all family to us, but non-blood, I guess, would be Blake, Carson, Chad, and then we got I don't know what's his name's last name. Let's see, we got Big Greg. Uh,
Yeah. His name's hard to
if you
pronounce.
seen him, you would know why. You would know why. You know why. We got a defensive lineman back there. Uh, let's see who else.
Jarhead.
Jarhead, Jarrett, brother, Blake's brother. And then who else we got? I think that's it.
That's awesome.
He
Well,
rotates them out. That way everybody's
Mhm.
fresh.
can't forget the
Exactly.
camera guys too, Kobe and Andy. They're a huge part of the filming, and so we
Oh,
can actually
absolutely.
put stuff out on social media and YouTube and everything. They're a very crucial part of the team.
Help
And
promote
Shelton.
the
I
team.
forgot Shelton.
Ooh, Shelton.
Can't forget him.
So why is getting your stuff out on social, is that something that y'all are all passionate about? What's the story there?
Well, for me, I've always like filmed my hunts and like always like to like rewatch like a good hunt or like a fishing trip or something like that. So I thought it'd be really cool just to for me to have it on YouTube to show my kids one day. Because I've
Yeah,
always heard like my parents talk about the stories of them going hunting or them going fishing, and I just thought it'd be cool to just be able to show somebody. And I mean, it's just kind of grown into just showing everybody now, I guess.
I mean, why not?
Yeah.
People live their whole lives without seeing a billfish,
Oh, I know. It is some of the coolest stuff in the world. I mean, it just watching how it goes from we're tracking this fish on the sonar to hey, it's coming up, it's about to eat the bait, and then it eats the bait, and then we're locked in the chair in a fight. It's and that fish is just jumping around everywhere. It's second to none, really. It's a really cool sight.
I
And
agree.
you also get to showcase the behind the scenes stuff that people don't necessarily get to see. They get to see us. They might get to see us fighting blue marlin out in the ocean, but they don't see our tuna tubes going out or our steering lines going out and all this other
Mhm.
stuff. This real stuff that happens.
The
That
challenges you
that's
face
part
Yeah,
of
it's
it.
every
not all
single day.
sunshines and
Oh,
rainbows.
And Marlin,
absolutely.
it's a lot of broken pumps and bad sea strainers.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
That's cool. That's awesome. I love that. Yes, bringing the real story to the world, and also just helping, stoke that passion maybe in somebody else one day.
Oh, absolutely. That's
So
what it's
your
all
season's
about.
been great. Really liking it. You have the Zane Grey Championship playoff coming up in a month and a half. Have y'all ever fished Baja before?
We have not. So Blake's got a buddy down there that his boss decided to take the boat to Cabo. I don't really know exactly when they took it, but I know it's going to be there for 2 years. And we're actually going to fish on their boat, and they're fishing now, and they'll be fishing all the way up till Zane Grey Championship. So
Nice.
we're going to get there a couple days early, and we're not going to fish the Little Bisbees, but I think we're getting down there like the Wednesday or something like that, and we're going to pre-fish Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So hopefully we'll be tuned up, ready to rock and roll.
3 days pre-fishing. That's good. That's really good for pre-fishing for a tournament event. Another thing a lot of people don't know is that pre-fishing is really vital. Do y'all pre-fish regularly with your tournaments?
So we didn't until we got Blake. And we started pre-fishing this year, and a lot of people, I've heard some people say, pre-fishing isn't what it is, blah 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 blah. Them fish aren't gonna bite again, but I'm here to tell you right now,
Sorry.
pre-fishing is where it's at, I think, because we're going out. We got a wedding tomorrow, and then we're driving down to Orange Beach and hopping right on the boat and leaving Sunday, and we're going to fish Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. So just to be located, I mean, you go out there and you leave on Friday or Thursday, whichever it is, and you spend a day and a half searching for fish. Instead, you go pre-fishing, pretty much right where they're at. So you roll up on them and you get after it pretty quick.
Yes, exactly. It's all about locating the fish. And also, if you need to, knocking some of the rust off, but you guys have been fishing so much this summer. That's not going to be an issue. Now, this team that you're fishing with in Baja, in Cabo, they are there already now?
Yeah, they're there right now.
Okay, cool. That's awesome. That was an odd way to phrase that sentence. Excuse me.
No, you're good. I picked up on it quick. You're good.
Now, question mark. So, okay, so they're already there. They're going to be nice and settled in. And is your whole team joining y'all for that one? It's going to be the family, Blake. Who else?
Jarrett, Blake's brother, and we're trying to see if Carson can get off work because he's a manager at Grander Marine. I think they got a couple locations in Orange Beach and right there in the Panhandle.
Camera guy.
So we think, we'll have the camera guy there, but I think we're waiting on Carson. We don't know if Carson's going to go or not, but we are going to fish the Black and Blue right after the Zane Grey, so that'll be fun. So we'll be down there for about 10, 11 days, something like that.
That's going to be a cool experience. I love Baja. Yeah. I love that fishery. What are your expectations? Based on what you've heard of the fishery and that location, what are your expectations with the fishing? What are some things that might be a challenge for y'all that you're potentially expecting or potentially preparing yourself for? And what's your mindset getting into this event?
I think just a new environment. It'll be different because we're used to, fishing around oil rigs, and I've been to Cozumel, but I've never been to fishing anywhere in Mexico. So it's going to be totally different for me. But the good thing about it is Blake, Carson, Jarrett, they've all fished in Mexico. So our crew guys they got some knowledge there, and the guy that Blake knows, I wish I knew his name and I'd tell you, but they're down there fishing right now. So I'm just excited to fish a new fishery.
Oh, yeah. It should be a great time. I'm super excited, too.
That's awesome. That's seriously so cool. It's one of my favorite places. It's have y'all ever fished in the Pacific Ocean?
I have not.
Okay, so no striped marlin under your belts.
No. None.
Are you potentially excited about a whole new species?
Oh, I'm excited about that. I want to catch a black marlin bad.
So long for the stripe. Let's go for the black. That's awesome.
There ain't nothing like being strapped up in a fighting chair. I mean, now don't get me wrong. I like backing down on sailfish and white marlin and stuff, but being strapped up with a 400, 500, 600 pound fish is undescribable. I mean, it gets the blood going.
Definitely. I mean, there's times whenever you're fighting a fish and it's just like, dang, am I gonna be able to get this thing in? It's a mental battle for sure, because I'm sure everybody goes through it, or there's a little bit where it's just like, golly, this thing's not moving. But you gotta just crank it on up there.
Do you think that battle is a key part as to why you do it?
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
It's
Yes.
kind of like how do you relate it? Y'all mentioned hunting a little while ago. How do you relate it to hunting? Like it's not like, for example, to me it's not the release of the fish or even the harvest of the fish if it's a big tuna. It's so much more than that. So, what are y'all's thoughts on that?
Me personally, that fish is fighting for its life, and you're just trying to have a good time and catch it. And just being hooked up to something like that that's fighting for its life is going to give you everything it's got. And they're going to do it every single time. So it's being hooked up to something that's just trying to keep living it's just something that you can't even match to anything else.
I
Jordan?
honestly, I really don't know how to describe it. I know when I get out of the chair, I look up at Blake and most of the time I'm shaking. And don't really have too many words to say, but my favorite part is when I get in the chair and get strapped up and get the clips on the reel, and I tell Blake.
Oh,
Oh,
I don't know where he went there.
Man, that was we were right at the good part.
Yeah,
It's
for real.
it's probably still recording him, and we're like rudely talking over him.
But he's coming down here. I can hear his footsteps. You just gonna come down here?
Yeah. Sorry.
That's okay. I'm gonna think this through because with the edit, it might be. It'll be fine. We'll figure it out.
I did it again, didn't I?
Yeah.
My phone died this time.
Your phone died? Come on, Jordan. Dalton,
Gosh.
are you plugged in? Do you have battery?
I'm not, but I have plenty of battery.
We're almost done. All right, Jordan,
Such
you want
a
to finish
rookie
that?
mistake.
It's such a. Do you have another chair?
He can
There you go.
take a knee.
Okay, go for it, Jordan.
All right, so my favorite part is when I put the headset on and get strapped up in the chair. Looking up at, or not really looking up at Blake, but telling him in the headset, let's back down, let's get on this thing. I don't know if you saw one of our videos. We literally, the whole back of the boat was completely underwater. Now,
Oof.
it was rough seas, but Blake backs down on them, and that's probably my favorite part. I love water coming over the back of the boat and just reeling.
I mean,
nothing like it.
After you've been fighting for one, that water hitting you in the face feels pretty good.
I bet it does. That's awesome. Well, really cool. How, I like the fact that not only are you guys all on the same fishing team, but you're also in competition with each other. Because I mean, come on, we all have family members.
Yeah, we all want to catch the biggest one, or all want to catch the most.
I'm here to tell you right now, if it was solely up to me, nobody else would get in the fight. Mom, you'll probably hear that from my mom, but I just love catching blue marlin. That's my favorite thing to do in the world. So any chance I get to get in the chair, I'm there.
Awesome.
And if anybody hesitates to get in the chair, they've done messed up there too.
Yeah. Nope.
And I've seen Jordan sometimes just go from the bridge to the cockpit and may have touched one step on the ladder.
I love it. I get it. That's awesome. All right, you guys. Well, I'm really looking forward to seeing you compete in the Zane Grey Championship playoff. I'm really, really stoked on how your season has gone so far, and I'm wishing you all the best out there in the Pacific.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you.
We'll talk soon.
All right.
See ya. Thank you for having us.